Hey, what's up, Roxstars? Welcome back. Happy 2024. Happy New Year to all the rock stars out there. I miss you guys immensely. It's a new season here on It's Rocks, you guys. So with no more further ado, this is just a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blogs. So let's get to it. I say I'm gonna take some time off, y'all. All the cashiers, they was like, somebody stole her truck. It's like you can hear it all throughout the store. This Rock's coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage Detroit, Love and Marriage Huntsville, our book 4, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get to it, shall we? Y'all like that? Nigga feel like she did something. Shout out to Designs by Shanavia. That is the rock star who reached out to me and asked me could they be the one to do my intro. And I was like, girl, since you was the first one, you got the job. She sent me a couple of little couple of little samples of things that she's done, and hey, listen, I'm happy with it. And you guys, I'm really trying hard to give this channel a facelift. You guys, if you watched me over the years, I'm sure you guys can tell that I am getting tired. It's been a long time that I've been doing this, and you know, sometimes when you've just been doing things over and over and over again, you know, sometimes you do kind of start to feel like you're wearing the candle at both ends. So I was like, you know what, Roxanne, maybe you just need to blow some new air, some new life into the channel. So that is what we are attempting to do. And I'm just going to really tell you guys that I'm going to make more of an effort this year. Because 2023, I've looked back at my videos and I was like, Roxanne, you just really was like, I'm getting burned out on reality shows, and you guys, I'm sure you've noticed that as well. So yeah, 2024 will be the year of dropping these reality shows. I'm going to let them go, and we'll probably do more of just a top of the blogs broken up throughout the week, a few times a week. But I am going to still do some reality shows that I've committed to already. Of course, Love and Marriage Huntsville, Potomac. DC is coming back for the Love and Marriage franchise, so I'll be doing that. And I will be doing Atlanta when it comes back, but Potomac, most likely this is the last season. And depending on how those Love and Marriages, those other franchises go, probably most likely will be dropping those in the future too. But I still will give the next season a chance before I say that. But yeah, we making some changes around here, you guys. Some things you guys have been kind enough not to point out. I'm sure you've noticed, because I've noticed, and you know, but I know, okay? I know me best, so I know what I need to do. So we working on it slowly but surely, you guys. I mean, it ain't gonna be no huge, big changes, but the small ones I am trying to make. Hopefully you guys can notice. So yeah, you guys, we gonna try. I want to give a birthday shout out to a rock star who reached out to me and asked me to give them a shout out. They have been a rock star for many years. Shan Jack on Instagram, Shan5617 on YouTube. I just want to say thank you so much for watching and being a rock star all this time. And I hope you have a fantastic birthday. Actually, it's Saturday. It's this coming Saturday. So, her birthday is Saturday, and yeah, I hope you live it up. Okay. All right. I think listen, I was going to tell you guys about our trip. And I am going to actually post a real short reel on, Instagram, letting you guys know. But for New Year's, me and Mr., we went to South Carolina. So we were told about a friend of Mr's. Him and his wife had gone to this same converted container. So you guys know how they're making tiny homes out of these containers. Well, this man up in South Carolina, he was a van lifer. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the term, but people who travel around the world in their van and, you know, record their experiences and their adventures, and they put it on social media. I am a big fan of van lifers. Okay. So I do watch a lot of the van lifer people. That's like a thing that I wish that, you know, that I could do at some point. But anyway, this guy who's a van lifer, he decided to make an Airbnb out of a converted container. So what they did was they put 2 containers, one on top of another, and they completely just did the whole inside as if it was a home. It's a tiny home, but it's complete with a bedroom, a bathroom, the kitchen, okay, a real tiny living space, living area, but they have outside where you can smoke pit and another area outside where you can sit and watch the mountains. You are right on the edge of the forest. It's a state forest. I have to put the name on the screen here because I didn't put it, but you're right on the edge of the forest. You looking out, just the beautiful views. Of course, we went in you know, December, January, so if you're from the South, you know that this is the time of the year when things are dormant or dead. So everything was kind of brown, but there was still a lot of green as well because we are in the mountains. So it is just inevitable. There's going to be a lot of green. But when you go, when it's more, you know, a more plush time, like when it's springtime, it's all green, and of course summer and all of that. But when you get to the fall, all the leaves go. But anyway, you guys, it was a fantastic place. It was 5 days of just being out in the middle of nowhere, a very small town. It's called Highsaw Gap is the name of the Airbnb listing. It is in South Carolina. God, what was the name of the city? Again, I don't remember, but you guys, we had just a fabulous time. A fabulous time. There is a review of the container on YouTube. I'll put the link in the I'll put the link in the bar down there so you guys can go and see it, because you just have to. It was so nice and not too expensive. I mean, the same as if you were doing a hotel room, you know, and we do a lot of staycations and stay in hotels on the weekends and all, because we have Joe and Jada here in the house, and you know, sometimes we need to have our own free time, okay, without the kids trying to be quiet and shit. So we like to go to staycations and go out and just, you know, so you can connect. So that was like the ultimate connect, because it was New Year's weekend. It was nothing happening. Everything was closed. We were even, Mr. wanted to go and see the waterfalls and, you know, go on a hike and everything, but the state park was closed because it was New Year's, which forced us to really just be there and to just relax. And I promise you, because I feel like I have a very busy life, even though my whole household seems to think that I don't, because I work from home, but I still am very busy at home. And so when I go on vacation, I like to break. Like when I break, like Bernie Mac said, shout out to, I tell you, I still miss Bernie Mac. But when he said that when niggas break, like they break, that's me. I ain't got to go on no excursions. I have to go nowhere. I don't want to get up early. I don't want to have to do anything. Okay? Everything has to be at my leisure on my vacation. But Mr. likes to go and he want to zip line. He want to ride ATVs. He want to do bungee jumping. He want to go to the damn swimming thing. He want to do all that. Okay? But we couldn't do that this time because everything was closed. So it was literally just perfect. I mean, I literally just looked out the window or sat outside for 5 days and just smelled nature. We didn't even they had a smart TV up there, but we didn't really watch TV. So I didn't see what was going on in the world. There was no CNN. There was no news. You know, if we wanted to watch Hulu or Netflix or any of the millions of streaming services that we all have, we, you know, were able to watch anything on there, but just local news and stuff, like none of that. It was just heaven, you guys. And there was a groundskeeper there, but we never saw them, but they kept the place nice. And there's another small container that they have next to the place. We're actually going to go next New Year's, me and Mr. and the kids, and we're all going to stay in those 2 containers. But when you guys see the video, if you do watch the video, then you'll know better what I'm saying. But it was just lovely. And I tell you, that Saturday, I had to work through some things, my feelings and everything. But I think Saturday really was the happiest day of my entire life. I couldn't even explain to you guys the feeling that I felt. So just, I can't even explain it, but I felt like everything in the world was right on that Saturday, December 30th, 2023. It felt like I just wanted to just shout it out to the mountains how happy I was. And I've never had that sensation. So it was weird. It was a weird feeling. And even more so than like but different, like, you know, of course I've had happy days, marriage, kids and all that. Even though when I had kids, I don't know if I felt like those were happy days. I love my kids and I'm happy to have my kids, and I wanted to get pregnant, so they weren't accidents or nothing like that. But you know, Jada's pregnancy was easy. Joe's was hard, and even afterwards. So I don't know if I could feel like those were happy times. Hope you guys understand what I'm saying with that. But anyway, and there's been other things that have made me extremely happy, but the feeling of elation on that day of just being in the house, knowing that I was there with Mr. and we were good, my kids were good, my animals was good, life was good, but you know, my friends, everybody, there was no bad news that day, and it's been a lot of bad news lately, but everything in the world was right that day. And it was just an amazing day. So if you guys want to maybe try your chance at feeling like that as well, you know, maybe you guys can, if you're interested in it, you know, like I said, the link will be down in the box and you guys can see. But yeah, it was beautiful. It was wonderful. There's a town nearby, all of the amenities that you would need, you know, grocery stores and gas stations and restaurants. But it was a cute little small town. So, you know, it looked like one of those towns from Hallmark movies where it's all decorated going across the street. You know, they've got the garland and all the stuff. And it looked like they would have like a little parade on New Year's or something. And people driving old cars down the street, you know, waving. That's the kind of town that it was. But literally this place was all the way almost at the top of the mountain, and just the views was beautiful. Awesome place. So yes, I wanted to make sure that I told you guys about that place. I have been saying that I would share where we had gone. So if you're interested, you guys just look at the videos and go to the link and, you know, possibly stay there yourself. But it was great. It was just a fantastic experience. So with no more further ado, how was y'all New Year's? Okay, I done told y'all all about mine. Okay, y'all tell me about y'all's, what y'all did. I'm glad to see all the rock stars has made it back safe and sound. Okay, we're going to tackle 2024 with all of the verve and the vigor. Nigga, I am motivated today. I ain't even had no coffee. I was like, all week I've been like, Roxanne, come on now, Roxanne, you gonna do it, girl. You gonna do it. Get back in it. Okay. So yeah, we in it together, y'all. Rocky love y'all. Let's get on to the gossip. Y'all, I'm feeling good about 2024 too. It's a lot of things that's happening in 2024, and a lot of things that I've been praying about and asking for God to like give me the right words to say and how to react and how to be with certain things that are going on in my life. But I still feel really hopeful about 2024, and I haven't felt that way about any years. I don't know what this is. Maybe it's just me trying to. But I think good things are going to happen for all of us in 2024, you guys. So let's just try to keep that feeling, okay? Now, I have been gone for 2 weeks. I haven't done the top of the blogs, and a lot has happened. The story that just does not go away is this Katt Williams story. Now, this happened last week. Maybe a week and a half ago, or maybe about a week and a half or so ago now. And that would be the interview that Katt Williams had with with Shannon Sharpe on his podcast, Club Shay Shay. That damn video is so viral that I know Shannon Sharpe had to make a killing. And Shannon Sharpe is not broke and not asking for money nowhere. And I'm sure he has done very well with that damn video. It is just a I never have I didn't sit. I actually listened to it while I was shopping. So I actually listened to that entire 3-hour video while I was at home trying to find Valentine's shit for the house. But what I'm saying is however many hours of that, of just him talking about the comedic world and, the dramas that you thought maybe we just didn't think that it was happening in the comedian world. Is the comedian community is just like everybody else. Okay, you got your haters out there, you got the people that are being taken advantage of, you got the peoples, the haves, the have-nots. And Katt Williams, I mean, I don't need to go over the whole video and all that because it has been done a million times by now. Like I said, this has been a while ago, and of course I was on vacation, but just amazing. Now, I have seen Katt Williams has been one of my favorite comedians over the years. I've seen Katt Williams live. We actually saw him on that tour when he opens with Rick Ross's Every Day I'm Hustling. You guys have seen him, that iconic opening. So we saw him in that concert. Excellent concert. It was him, Melanie Camacho, and the red guy. What was his name? Lil Red or something like that. You don't see him no more. The little light-skinned guy with the little short cut, and he just looked red. I think he had red hair. Anyway, Katt Williams has been a favorite. Maybe his comedy more recently, I'm starting to find out with most of the comedians now. More recently, not as funny as they had been in the past. I don't know if that is a reflection of just where we are as a society, as a world today. The things that comedians used to be able to say and do back in the day, they just cannot say and do it now. So I feel like because there's all these social restrictions on the way that people can express themselves through comedy, that comedy is not the same. Okay. Now comedy is a little bit more clever, a little bit more smart. It's not out of control. It's not, politically incorrect anymore. None of that. I mean, people still try to be that way, but if you've been watching the Dave Chappelles and the Chris Rocks and the other people of the world, folks that have been able in the past to be able to say the things that they did and get away with it, they not letting them get away with it anymore. So I feel like that has affected comedy. I am not a comedian, but I do respect the craft of comedy. I know that it is more than just making people laugh. Okay. But I do also think that there are some innate people that are just innately funny. It's in them. So they know how to make things funny, anything. And I think that Katt is one of those people. And side note, the Dave Chappelle video, the Dave Chappelle, I want to just add this part in here too. I feel like Dave Chappelle's newest comedy, we watched that while we were up in South Carolina. And I feel like it's time for Dave to get new material, because I felt like that whole stand-up hour or however long he was up there was just him just kind of just throwing out jokes. Now, it was funny. We laughed. But it wasn't the same Dave Chappelle, like when we see him, when he like weaves a story together and then the joke comes together. It really felt more like he was just throwing out jokes. And I'm not sure if it was because he knew he had an obligation to Netflix, and it was time, it was the end of the year. It was like, when you gonna give us the special? We gotta. So I'm not really sure what it was, but I definitely could tell that there was something different, as he has been one of my, if not the favorite comedian of right now. So yeah, I'm feeling like that one just was like, yeah, Dave, I feel like maybe it's time for some new material. But again, with all these restrictions, these comedians are probably tired. Like, what I'm doing with new material when everybody is going to be mad at me if I say what I really want to say, So there's that. But yeah, I just was like, it was okay. Maybe I could watch it again because I probably was a little tipsy. But usually when you tipsy, the shit is funnier. But because honey, we was wearing out the wine and the tequila. Well, Mr. had tequila. I can't fuck with tequila. But that wine, Rocky, honey, we didn't have no food and drinks left. Ate good, drink. Anyway, y'all see that in the little reel I'll put up. But anyway, yeah, so maybe I can watch it again and maybe, but anyway, getting back to Katt. The things that Katt Williams has said about these people, I have heard many of these type of things over the years. Of course, Steve Harvey, I have told you guys I'm not really a Steve Harvey fan. I think that Steve Harvey is very self-centered. I think he makes things about himself, and you know and then how is it that he ends up with a wife that is pretty much the same way? They're a match made in heaven, okay? Because I believe that them two are very much alike, and so that and they are a power couple, and they are mega rich. And, you know, you don't get to be mega rich or billionaire status you have to be grimy. At some point in your life, you cannot tell me that them people all got to to them places of like extreme richness without there being some bad within them. I think that is just something that has to be that cutthroat mentality. It has to be that I'm going to get mine whichever way, you know? So it's not surprising that Steve Harvey would be the way that he is, and that there are gatekeepers like anywhere else. So if Steve Harvey is what is considered the top of the comedian chain right now, then, you know, you got to either play along to get along, or you can take the Katt route. Katt is different because Katt is an established, successful comedian in his own right. So he doesn't need that anymore. And that's the only reason why he's able to say these things. Because there's a lot of comedians that cannot do what Katt Williams have done. Okay. Yet and still, yeah, the gatekeepers, they're out there. Yeah, I believe it. Now, you got to know that when you watch a Katt Williams interview, you got to know that it's 30%, maybe 40% bullshit. Okay? He's a comedian. So some things he's saying for shock value, laugh value, certain things you just know are not true. 3,000 books a year? No. You're reading all the time if that's possible, unless you're doing Dr. Seuss books, and even Dr. Seuss don't have 3,000 books. I used to have a membership to Dr. Seuss, so I know. But anyway, you know, like, so there's things, of course, that's just bullshit in the in the interview. But the things that when he was really talking, yes, I definitely believe the things that mattered in that story that he was talking about. Yes, I believe. Did I feel like he was at a meeting for the Illuminati with Ludacris? No. Okay. But you got to know how to read between the lines and see what he might have possibly meant in that. Katt Williams, he opened the door and left it open, didn't he? And talked about a lot of the people. Y'all, placed this damn frontal back on my head and did it myself this time, and I actually didn't do too bad, you guys. I feel pretty good. I actually, all I need to do is see somebody do it one time, y'all. One time, and that's what I did. I went to the girl, the professional, so I saw exactly what she did. I didn't quite do exactly what she did, but I tried to, do it close. And I'm feeling a little bit better about the frontals between her and watching Kiki, Miss Diva like. Girl, when you coming back? Okay, I'm about sick of this. Now, I know you over there, you taking a break and everything, and everybody deserve a break. I get it, but come on back. I miss you and Steve, child. But anyway, getting back to the story. I'm rambling a lot, you guys. It's been a long time. We haven't talked, okay? So, yeah, I believe him. And ain't nobody came out and said he lying. Nobody. And that's how you know that the man is telling the truth. Now, did he have to say it? No, he could have left all that alone. But the fact that he said it and nobody is really refuting what he said. Yeah, I know that Ricky Smiley came out and, said a few little things. But it wasn't him saying that it wasn't true. It was more like it's just all love for Katt over here. Okay. But Katt is not that person that can just play the fake. All right. He is one of those people who is true to the craft of comedy, the old school way. Okay. So he respects those of the people who studied the craft the same way that he did. All right. Now, these new comedians don't do that. There are a lot of comedians who just are surface funny. You know, a lot of comedians that will take a subject that everybody is talking about at the time, and then they will also talk about it, and that will make them. What makes a comedian stand out funny is when they can pick up the nuances in a story or a joke or something that you wouldn't pick up, and they can bring that to the forefront and explain it to you in a way that makes you laugh, right? So there is still an art to it, and there's a lot of people that just like I said, there are people that are funny, but you are not a comedian. Okay, you would get up on the stage. I can make people crack up at the table. Even I can make people crack up at the table if we go out to eat. That don't mean that I'm about to get up on somebody's stage and be a comedian. There's a lot to it, you know. But yeah, I believe him. 100% believe him. That Steve, that is not even too far from what you already heard about Steve Harvey. And then, you know, the drama that went on with Bernie Mac. And then to hear Bernie Mac's daughter coming almost pretty much, she didn't really say nothing bad about anybody, but she said that her father always liked Katt Williams, and she always thought that Katt was a stand-up dude. She actually would like to sit down and talk to him, and, you know, that some of the things that he said was accurate, and some of the things that she had heard her father say, you know. I mean, and so I feel like Steve did stab Bernie in the back. It was a convenience for them that Bernie died, because then you can change the narrative. They hadn't been talking, but here they was all at the funeral. Okay. Steve Harvey wasn't talking to Bernie Mac at the time that he died. You know, there was some little bit of tension, I think, between Bernie Mac and Cedric, but I think that was only because of Steve Harvey. And I feel like Steve Harvey being the gatekeeper at the top, and all these other comedians, as long as you ain't got nothing cross to say about Steve, then you can make it. So we got a Kevin Hart, who everybody was like, he just came out of nowhere. You guys, honestly, Kevin didn't come out of nowhere. Kevin was known in LA. Okay, he was a local comedian, and we've seen him many, many times. Okay, but he blew up, and what happened out the blue. Okay, and so you could almost see that he might almost be an industry plant. When they saw that Kevin Hart was really willing to do pretty much whatever they wanted him to do, you know, to the point where it's like tap dance nigga, and he gonna do it because Kevin Hart reminds you of that tap dance nigga in every movie that he does, basically. Okay, not quite step and fetch it, but, you know, yes, I could see that. Okay, and Ricky's between him, you know, what he said about Ricky Smiley. I think that Ricky Smiley might not be a bad dude. I think that Ricky Smiley, you know, when he was telling the story to Shannon Sharpe, when he was on the show about how he was the original Magic Mike, not Magic Mike, but he was supposed to be the original guy who was the pimp in Friday After Next. It just made him look like, you know, it kind of made him look haterish and stuff, you know. And then for him to keep going on and talking about all the movies that he was in that he got dropped from Katt Williams and picked that up, like all of the stuff that he was saying, I was cracking up because I was like, yes, I know, I caught the same thing. It was just like, oh, they didn't keep me, they ended up cutting me out of that movie because why are you telling us this exactly, Ricky? And yes, I do feel sorry for Ricky, because Ricky is everybody is really having, the people that he talked about in that video are all people that are having their own string of bad luck or bad press right now. Steve Harvey and Marjorie, y'all saw what they've been trying to do with them. They've been trying to get them broke up. Steve already said that shit ain't working, so now we on to something else. Okay, I don't know who Steve done pissed off, or how many people he done pissed off, but something is there. Somebody is after Steve. So now it's just like, we gonna open the floodgates on Steve. Ricky Smiley, of course, we know that his son recently passed, and you know, this is not karma. I don't like to think of people's passing and stuff like that as karma. I don't think that God kills somebody to get to you, you know? So that I don't know if I feel like that is karma, that now Katt feels like, you know, he calls himself kind of karma to Ricky Smiley. That's very hurtful. He shouldn't say shit like that. It's fucked up. Okay. That was terrible that his son died. Totally separate from what's happening with Ricky Smiley, but Ricky Smiley is going through with that. Kevin Hart is going through with, you know, a few things. You know, there are stories coming out about how him, you know, he cheats on the wife and she stays. And yeah, again, stories that I believe. I believe it. You know, Kevin Hart has a checkered past when it comes to being faithful to his wives, plural. So yeah, I'm not, you know, it's nothing there that I wouldn't be not believing. But you know, Kevin is having those problems, and I guess Katt Williams was just like, I'm just gonna tell it. Yeah, there were a few people that caught some strays. Of course, you know, it's to find out that Earthquake can't read. Was it Earthquake that he was talking about? And other people. Some of the stuff was just unnecessary. He didn't really have to say, but I think that Katt was just like in his moment, just like, I'm just talking. I'm gonna just say what I feel like saying. He was drinking too, so I'm sure he was a little bit looser at the mouth. But yeah, totally believed it. And like I said, nobody has come out to say that they didn't believe him. Everybody is trying to take this, oh, this is the high road, we're not going to speak on it. You know, Steve hasn't come out and said anything. Nobody has said anything cross towards him. It's just been more of the high road of, you know what, that was years ago. I don't even think about that stuff anymore. Blopty blopty blue. Did Cedric steal the joke? Yes. He stole that joke. Stole it, you guys. And that's just it. He did steal the joke. Yes, he did flesh it out more, put more to the story, change it up a little bit, but the core of the joke was stolen. But I think that probably happens a lot in comedy. That happens a lot in a lot of different veins of entertainment, you know? But yeah, he did steal that joke. And yeah, Katt has a right to kind of be mad about that, you know? But I think it happens a lot, and what can you do? Well, what you can do is you can wait 20 years later and you can go on a show and you can blow everybody out the fucking water like Katt Williams did. I enjoyed all of it. Tiffany Haddish, now the talk is whether, you know, Tiffany Haddish wants to have a comedy war, like battle with Katt Williams, kind of the same way that Steve Harvey did. You guys know that Steve Harvey lost that battle when they did it, and now I said, if you guys put Tiffany Haddish up against Katt Williams, he will demolish her. Like, do not do that, okay? It will not, you know, Katt Williams strikes me as a person, he'll do it like, yeah, I'll do that shit. But to me, the way that society is right now, this man beating up on this woman, because that's what it would turn into. Him beating up on her and saying things to her as a woman. No. We just going back and forth as comedians, but people will lose sight of that if he gets to attacking her for woman things, you know? So no, to me, I don't. And plus, Tiffany Haddish is not as funny as Katt Williams. Okay, Tiffany Haddish is one of those people that I was telling you about that might have been funny. Just a naturally funny person that made people laugh and then made the mistake to think that they were a comedian. I don't think that she's a good comedian. I think that she's funny and she has her funny little ways, and that can make her like a comedic actress. But as a comedian stand up on the stage, I don't know if I feel like Tiffany is that. It's just been a lot. And I think that a lot of people, even with this bad publicity, the things that he has said have eaten very well off of the things that he said. I mean, Katt Williams has revived a lot of talk with these comedians and stuff that we just didn't see anymore, you know? And it's just sort of like, oh, okay. You know, because you don't even hear much about comedy shows and stuff anymore. And man, back in the day, I saw all these comedians that are big now, most of them. I saw all of them on the Chitlin comedy circuit back when we were 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, our early 20s. Mavericks Flat, it was comedy night on the weekends there. Everybody, I've seen D.L. Hughley there before he was huge. Hilarious. I'm talking about bring the house down. I've seen Katt Williams there. I saw J. Anthony Brown there. I saw Bill Bellamy there. We saw all the old comedians, the ones now who are like, you know, my age or maybe a little bit older, you know, and the Katt and all of us, this group. I saw all of them when they were just like really struggling and trying to come up and get it together, you know, and at Mavericks Fat. Yeah, all of them. Steve Harvey's the only person that I never saw up there. But it's funny how they've all become, you know, big names now. And now they done left, and now Katt done told us the secrets of, you know, what's going on over there. But yeah, definitely believe it. I thought Shannon Sharpe did an excellent job on the interview. I think that he's a good interviewer. Okay. I had never really have watched him fully interview anybody. I've just seen him just doing clips on Instagram or anything. I mean, or, you know, but I never really watched his show. And I was like, he asks great questions and he actually gives the people the space to say it. Now, I know a lot of people were like, he didn't challenge them on a lot of the things that he was saying, but I think Shannon Sharpe was like, not really sure what he was saying was true, wasn't true. He probably was so, because he kept on saying, come on, Katt, like, you gonna get me canceled. And Katt was just like, I mean, it's the truth. Okay. And so I think that Shannon was just so taken aback of just how much vomiting of information that Katt Williams gave us. But yeah, I believe Katt. Now, Katt is not as funny to me as he has been in the past either. And his last couple of shows that I've seen of his, I don't even think I've watched the last one fully. I tried to watch like the first 15 minutes and I was just like, okay, this is not funny. Okay. But like I said, it might just be because of just the way of the world right now, the things that they can and can't do. But yeah, Katt is mad though. Katt is mad. He knew exactly what he was doing, even with the drinking. He has a bone to pick. He wants the smoke. He was hoping that Steve would have responded. Steve will not respond. Okay? Steve is not going to give him the satisfaction. All right? He is not even going to address any of that. But Katt wants it. He wants all the smoke. He wants it all to come towards him. And though so far, nobody's really trying to come at him. Okay? Because Katt is a loose cannon. And you just really don't know exactly what he would say, especially if you got him on a one-on-one. Like if it was him and one of them other comedians he was talking about, and if he got enough hate for that person, he will tear him to shreds. I know that. We saw him do it with Wanda. He didn't even know Wanda, okay, here in Atlanta, when she tried to play him like that, you know, so. But, and I also know that Katt has his own issues as well. So we're not going to just say that Katt is just the, you know, we ain't going to look at him as just like the second coming and everything. And, oh, he done opened up the doors and told all the secrets. And now we just love Katt, because Katt can lie as well. And Katt do have his things with him, too, that Katt needs to work on. But when it comes to what he said about these comedians, absolutely believe it. Absolutely believe it. Did you guys let me know what you think about it? Did he talk about any of your faves in that? Did you feel like any of that was even necessary? It was not necessary. None of the interview was necessary. Okay, so we already know that. He ain't had to get up there and talk about them people like that. He did, though. So now the discussion is, what did you think about it? You know, I really honestly think he did all that to try to get Steve out, and for whatever reason, Steve still hasn't. So y'all tell me what you think about it. Let's move on to the next story. Child, we got a lot of stuff on the line today. Okay, like my friend Rashad's grandmother say, on the line. She don't say online. She say on the line. There's a lot going on the line, y'all. Let's talk about Martell. I'm just going to hop around in my notes. Martell Holt from Love and Marriage Huntsville. The now ex-husband to Melody Rogers. You know, she got a divorce. She got her name back. She is completely untethered to Martell any longer. Martell was arrested down there in Huntsville, Alabama, a few days ago. Tuesday, I believe it was. They arrested him and charged him with third-degree domestic violence harassing communications. So I'm thinking maybe that means leaving threatening voicemails or threatening text messages or emails. Okay. And it's a misdemeanor, like I said, third degree. But it is a domestic violence charge. All right. And don't nobody want no damn domestic violence charge on there. I mean, don't nobody want no charge, period. But domestic violence, it just adds an extra little bit of, nigga, when you get in jail, we gonna whoop your ass because we got women and kids out there too. And you out here, you know, putting our girls in danger while we in jail. So now we got to get to you. Okay. So yeah, still not a good thing to have domestic violence, even though this is third degree. But everybody wants to know who is the person that he was arrested for or about. Of course, logically, we would all assume it would either be Mel or his baby mama. What the child name is? Y'all call her Coleslaw. It's so wrong, y'all. But y'all think it was Ariana or Oriana, whatever the girl name is. But that's the baby mama, the one that came and had the baby with Martell, knowingly that he was completely married with 4 kids with his wife. Okay. We think that it's either one of those. I'm thinking that it would probably be more Mel. Okay. But it could be either one of those. I don't know what's going on with Martell. Martell needs therapy, okay? Martell likes to put on the front that he is okay and that he is over. Mel, it's very, very clear that he's not. And not only is he not over her, but he harbors like this resentment for her because she won't forgive him. But what he doesn't understand is that you are the problem. If you can get out of your own damn way, then maybe Mel, because Mel tried at the beginning. Now, Mel, granted, Mel hasn't been 100% innocent in all. I mean, no, let me just take that back. Martell is the reason why their marriage is over. Okay. Mel and Martell went through their shit when they broke up. All right. And Mel was going through as well. But what I'm saying is Mel would want it to be more of that. We are going to be family. She told him this, before. We're going to be family, even with you and I not being together because of our kids, So it would be nice if we could all still get together on holidays and stuff. I think that's unrealistic, but her feeling was what the white folks do. Everybody get together, you come over with your wife, I'm gonna come with my husband, we gonna all be the kids, everybody together. Okay, yeah, better said than done. And it don't always work out that way. I always admire people that can do stuff like that, but it's not easy. And when you got a Martell, it's damn near impossible. Okay, so Mel tried to be that, do that at the beginning. When they first broke up, that's why she invited them when they went to Destin. We saw that he was getting the wrong ideas and he was getting the wrong signals and messages. She was not trying to throw them messages and signals that he was getting. He was starting to feel reminiscent and he started pictures and when the kids and him and long story short, she was just like, I can't even be like that with you because, nigga, you don't even know that I'm just trying to be friendly with you for kids. That don't mean that I'm trying to be back with you, And Martell just can't get it in his mind. He cannot get past Mel. I know that it burns him up that Mel's doing as well as she is. He probably could do well too if he could just get over it. You're going to have to get over it. And I know people don't like to hear folks say get over something because it's not easy to get over things. I have things that I still am hung up on in my life. So I know it's not easy. But it ain't nothing else to say on this one but get over it. It's nothing else that can be done. Is this lifting? Okay, that's not lifting, y'all. That ain't lifting, y'all. It's just put a little pressure on the lace right there so you can see. I was proud of myself when I put this on, y'all. I was like, what? Jenny was like, oh, you did good. I was like, thank you. I didn't use glue. Because, honey, I was actually surprised when I took it off. The glue hadn't messed up my edges. I just knew that it was, but it was good. I was good. Apparently, my edges is bad. That motherfucker up here ain't affecting nothing because nigga ain't got nothing till back there. Anyway, I'm getting off track. But yeah, Martell is just, we don't know. I'm sure you guys probably have heard because I know that everybody, y'all are Love and Marriage. The fans of Love and Marriage Huntsville, they go above and beyond. So somebody tell me who it was that he was down there harassing. He got arrested for about 3 hours. They booked him. They charged him at the Madison County Jail. He got there about 4 o'clock, was out by 7. Okay, y'all saw his mugshot, him smiling. I was like, that nigga look crazy there. Yeah, Martell is also what we would call a loose cannon in a bad way. I actually feel like if Martell got mad enough that he actually could be a danger to Mel. That's kind of bad to say, but I don't know if I feel like he's above doing something to her if he gets mad enough. He already still can't control his anger, you know? Like, if I was Mel, I wouldn't be trying to just be around Martell by myself. You are unhinged, okay? And so, yeah, I don't know, but y'all let me know. Y'all heard about who was the broad or who the people was that he was harassing? I mean, it could be somebody totally different. It might not have nothing to do with his baby mama or his ex-wife. But I have a feeling that it is, y'all. And I'm sure y'all know by now. So y'all let me know what the boy was down there to Alabama doing. Y'all let me know if he was arrested. Who was he harassing? I'm sure somebody has said by now. All right, you guys, next story. So let's talk about young Deobra. Okay, I guess that's how you say bruh man name. And that would be Deobra. Hold on, what is his name? Deobra DeLone Redden. Deobra DeLone Redden was in the Clark County courts last week. He was standing before Clark County District Court Judge Mary Kay Holthus. And Deobra felt that he wanted to plead his case to the judge, and I don't know what kind of trouble Deobra was in court for in the first place, but I'm assuming it has something to do with his violent nature. He had done some things, assaulted somebody, did something, okay? And so he was telling the judge that he felt that he shouldn't have to go to jail this time because he has rehabilitated himself, that he doesn't do what he used to do. He hasn't been in any trouble, since I guess this incident that he was in court. He hasn't been in trouble. He's just a new man. He's a changed person, and that he didn't feel that he needed to go to jail, okay? And so the Judge Holthus, she did listen to him. She heard him out. And when he finished what he had to say, she was just like, okay, yeah, now I listened to what you had to say, and I just can't with that history. Okay, obviously you need a little check today. Obviously you think that life is should be going a different way for you. But let me remind you that you're a criminal. And so she was about to get started and tell him what her verdict was. And before she could do that, honey, Deobra ran around, because he was standing. He ran around his lawyer. He ran around the security that was there. He ran straight for the judge. The judge was looking like, I know this nigga not fixing to jump over this desk. And yes, nigga is jumping over the desk. He flew over there. This motherfucker was like a goddamn swan, and the air was beautiful. The way that he was able to completely clear the desk and land exactly where he wanted to, which was with the judge, okay? She was looking like, oh shit. She backed up, but not before he grabbed her hair, pulled her down. The damn flagpole came down with the flag and everything. And the lawyers, the security, everybody was jumping on them. They was hitting them. It became a fucking bloodbath. They was able to get the lady out, okay? And they beat the hell out the man. And she didn't get to read the verdict. I can tell you from working with judges this last couple of years when I was working with the evictions process, that I know that judge was pissed. Let me tell you, the judges, they demand respect. The one thing, the minute you disrespect a judge, it is bad for you, okay? And I'm going to assume that all judges stick together. They think this way, and they stick together. And I was just like, boy, you have really made a mistake doing that, okay? Because unless you was able to catch that woman and really get her, now and then you really would have been in trouble. So either way it went, even if you would have got your licks in the way that you wanted, you know, this was really a stupid move, and now it has added tremendously to what he. Okay, so let me tell y'all what was going on. Now, after he had done did all that, they pulled him off. He wouldn't go back to court. Okay. And the judge, she wanted him to come back in, but they was like, nah, this now things then got a little too touchy and stuff. So no. So they rescheduled the court to January 9th. So he went back yesterday. Today is the 10th, 9th. No, I don't know what day today. He went back a couple of days ago. Honey, this time they brought his ass into that jail. It wasn't all him in his nice clothes. He wasn't free to move his hands and legs and arms and, you know. Now they had him shackled. They had him handcuffed. They had a fucking spit guard on his face because apparently he was spitting at folks. They had, and he looked like he was almost kind of limping because I'm sure they gave him a good work over. And they had to sit his ass down. And we got a new judge, okay? New judge facing 13 counts, including extortion and coercion with force. 7 of the new counts are battery on a protected person, referring to the judge and officers who came to her aid. Now, this time he met with Judge Diane Sullivan. And Diane Sullivan was like, I don't know Judge Holtis. Okay, we not friends. I'm not biased or anything. I'm going to try, you know, I'm going to give my verdict without, you know, trying to be mad about what he did. I'm just going by the law. Okay? But you best believe them judges, they don't like that shit. You cannot be disrespectful to the judge. You can be disrespectful to the lawyers, everybody else in there, but the judge do not play about you disrespecting them. They have that power, and they require the respect. So I was just like, it ain't gonna be good for him, child. It is not good. So now the new court date is gonna be next month. Well, I'm thinking it's probably gonna be this month. I think the new court is gonna be, no, maybe it's next month. It's unclear how many years he's gonna be facing for this specific attack. But he's already been sentenced to a minimum of 19 months to 4 years in prison on battery charges. That was originally in the reason why he was in court, you know, originally. He had battery charges, okay? So that's why he was there, and that's when he jumped at the lady, and then now he's got all these other problems. And child, they had his family on the news the other day, and I was cracking up because I was just like, how do you defend that? You know, they was like, well, the old brat, he had, you know, he done had like some mental health issues recently and all of this. And I was just like, I mean, he might be having mental health issues. I'm sure the idea of going to jail is not what he wants. So yeah, I'm sure that would be a challenge mentally, but it's just no way you can kind of defend that. It's just sort of like, yeah, he was tripping that day. He shouldn't have did it. Don't be up on this news telling us, you know, that we supposed to feel sorry for him like that, considering we just watched him jump over the judge's bench and try to beat the lady up. And we don't know what else, because I think they about to slap him with an attempted murder charge. He was mad enough that if he could have got to her good and nobody was there to stop him, he probably would have hurt her really bad. I would hope that the man wouldn't kill her, but you don't know that, you know? So yeah, now you almost about to get a damn attempted murder charge too. So I'm just like, it just wasn't smart. Well, why are you jumping over the thing? Boy, you going to jail. Okay? Tell that shit to your lawyer. Let your lawyer try. No, they wasn't. So anyway, the man, you know, he gonna be in jail for a while. I said, not the Silence of the Lambs. When I saw that spit guard, I said, is this nigga eating people? What's going on? They said he was out there spitting at people. So nasty. Ugh. Can you imagine? So yeah, you guys, let me close the story. Nigga done got hot up in here, but yeah, when I saw that, I said, nigga, that was the perfect dive. That motherfucker just took a grind. He just leapt over and just completely cleared everything. It was the most amazing thing to see. I wonder if he's a swimmer, you know, past life or something. Anyway, you guys, let's see. Next story. All right, Al Reynolds was on his show, TGIF. And side note, I know that there's drama going on with TGIF and Funky and all that. Y'all already know what my answer to that is, right? Rocky don't Swiss to all of that. I wish everybody good things, happiness over there. Hopefully everybody get it worked out. If you've been watching me for many years, you know I don't get involved in anything other than what's happening on this channel. What your mama always say, you worry about yourself. That's what we do here. Okay? This is the worry about yourself channel. Getting back to the story, Al Reynolds, he was talking about Nia Long, and Claudia Jordan had asked him what he thought about the story, which was Nia Long getting somewhere in the upwards of $30,000 a month in child support from Ume Udako, or whatever his name is, you know, her ex-fiance who got caught cheating, got caught in a huge scandal. Now, I'm sure there's so many women that are throwing themselves at them basketball players, coaches, staff, all of that. So, that comes with that community. Not necessarily saying that everybody that is working over there cheating and stuff, but I bet you there is a high probability that many people in that community are cheating. Okay, the men and the women, obviously, because he had to cheat with somebody, and this woman actually was married as well. Okay, so some cheating going on there. It was very public, and that was the reason why I think that Nia really just didn't really have much choice in order for her to be able to show her face amongst these black spaces. Because, you know, black people, we don't, you know, black women and shit, they don't be playing that. So if black women then saw that you got cheated on and everything, the black women now expect you to leave. Okay? They expect you to just be like, no, you can't sit up there and accept a person that has cheated and stay and fight and work out your marriage. No, you gotta go. That is the consensus of black women on social media today. And on average. And on top of that, most women don't want to be cheated on, you know? So there's two ways you can look at it. Either Nia Long was pressured, you know, knowing that everybody knew that that her fiance had cheated on her, so she felt the pressure that, you know, she couldn't stay there, and if she did, that would be her disrespecting her own self. Or, hey, this is something novel here. The man cheated and she didn't want to stay. Okay? Although it may have been a different outcome. It may have been a different outcome if it hadn't been public. I feel like when matters become public, that does add an extra element to it. You know, when it's not a public thing, if everybody don't know your business, if you can many of us have went through shit and nobody would ever know. If they did know, you know, how many of us have said, thank God they didn't have social media back in the day. Thank God they didn't have these video cameras on their phones. Thank God. Because we all been through this shit too. We just didn't have to do it publicly. Okay? We didn't have to deal with bullshit on the internet. But now you do. So, yeah, she could have been pressured, but, you know, she might have just been like, fuck you, nigga, I am Nia Long. I ain't got to be with you. Okay? And yeah, Nia Long is not the easiest person. Okay? She is not she ain't the nicest, she ain't the easiest and all of that. So Nia probably was just like, nigga, what? No, I'm not fixing, okay? Whichever way, whatever was the reason why she decided to go is when she decided to go. You know, she actually put out a statement that some people just really do require loyalty in their life. Like, if I'm saying I'm going to be with you and I want to get married to you, then I would like to think that that means that you're not going to be out there still with other women or other men. Okay? So, I mean, that could be it. But yeah, I do think that the publicity of all of that probably really did affect her decision. I mean, she might have still have left, but she may have been a little bit more open to trying to work it out. Now it's just sort of like, oh no, you didn't embarrass me in front of millions of people, and then you want me to still stay? No. Okay. And I think that that's more of what Nia might have been doing. She has her own career, 30-some thousand. Let me tell you. I mean, I'm starting to learn as I have been in a little bit, you know, in other spaces lately, that these celebrities and the things that they pay monthly is, we don't even have any idea of how much overhead celebrities have. Okay. So some people say $30,000 ain't even a lot. I'm just thinking about $30,000 to me every fucking month would be great. I would love to have $30,000 a damn month. Okay. But, some people just think that that's not even enough and all of that. He makes for over $400,000 a month or something like that. And so, but Nia might have just been like, you know what, moving on, I'm done. Give me my damn money. Me and my son, we trying to get over this and fix things and all. And I don't know if I can blame social media for breaking them up. That's the thing that I think that Al was saying. I don't think that I can blame social media for breaking them up. He broke them up. He cheated. Okay? And then, of course, social media didn't help. But no. We can't blame it on people's reactions. Okay? Because the first you have to look at, why is it that we are even here? He cheated. Maybe she would have gone back after she left and if it was in private, maybe they could have worked through it and all. But the fact that the publicity, I think that did make it just be like, Nia was just like, I'm done. Nigga, I am Nia Long. Every man out there want me. And now here you come. You want me and every damn body else too. That's what these men's problems is, child. Everybody just want to be with everybody. So, yeah, but Nia said no. Did you guys agree with Al, though? I mean, I agree with him in one way, but I think that we got to make sure that we don't look at it as if we're blaming social media for breaking their relationship up. It's not that. He broke it up. Social media, kind of put the nail in the casket. What y'all think?